Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're all doing another stroll around the village. Matt, how are you, good sir? Welcome. Quiet night out here so far. Nothing going on. Cliff, how are you? Jane, how are you? Roadside, welcome. Fans in the house. Quiet night, nothing going on. Been out here for about 15 minutes. Thought I'd turn the stream on tonight. Terry, how are you, good sir? Hey Kristen, how are you? Jane, that's good to hear. It was a beautiful day here actually. It was about 68 degrees. I think it did peak up to about 72 for a few hours. But overall it was a beautiful day. Spent a little bit of time Lakeland, Florida. Nice. Vance. Father-in-law lives down there in the villages, and I try to get down there to vacation down in Clearwater. Haven't done a whole lot of it because of the pandemic. But yeah, I'm selling that yellow car I showed a few times. The mechanic called, said it was good to go, so I picked it up. The wife detailed it out. Vacuumed it out really well. I took it to an area where I could snap some good pictures, so I took 20 pictures or so and got it listed online. Yeah, looks like a lot of people out here at the pavilion tonight, huh? The nativity set. What do you mean the nativity set? Look at the people out here. Well, in the middle of a pandemic, and there's, I'd say, about 75 people here gathered for some sort of a party at the pavilion in there. General rule here is you're not supposed to be here after after dusk. Yeah, Vance, I guess, 50 miles isn't all that far. It's a good 45-minute drive. Well, that's kind of cool. Matt, is that something you do every year? Boy, the back brakes are really grinding on this car now. I had front brakes done, and he said the back brakes were good, but I'm hearing a rubbing noise that I really don't care for, so I think it's time to bring it back. This is 2015. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I was down there. I was in Florida in late June and July for about 10 days. And I loved it. It was a great time down there. It might sound weird, but I love to go for golf cart rides. And apparently, if you're in the village and you don't have a golf cart, you're not part of the in group, right? So I would go for a golf cart ride every night. Very relaxing. Looks good here. I gotta go check a door. Okay, talk among yourself and I go check a door, huh? All right. Look nice and safe over here. Door secured. All right, Cliff. Glad you did. Good, sir. I should be out for about another hour and a half. You got time, pop on back. Anything good here? So this week I noticed that Jason was live streaming early, so I did not turn on my stream at all. I was kind of watching his a little bit when I had time to look up and make a comment or two, but I did not stream much this week when Jason went live early every night. This guy has had some problems with people going into that dumpster, and you would think that if something's in the dumpster that it would be, free for anybody who wants it. But actually, he recycles his metals, and it's a recycled dumpster. And their village sign, folks. Welcome. What's the population? It says 1976, but that sign hasn't been changed in a while. Yeah, we're about 2,090 people now. And here's our illuminated. So, hey, it says it's 75 degrees out here now. Must have warmed up a little. Started on the far east end this evening. Hey, Samantha. Do a quick run by the village hall. I don't know why they have a hose running out the garage. So here's a quick story that I enjoyed. So this dumpster here is a community recyclable. Hey JC, how are you? This is a community recycle dumpster. So that there's a section for, you probably can't really see it now, but there you go, that's a little better. There's a section for cardboard, a section for plastic, and one for paper. Really funny story is at one of the meetings that I attended a few years ago, one of the village officials, made comment that the service people who picked up those dumpsters were complaining that there was trash being put in there, and they were asking that maybe the village could keep a better eye out on what people were putting in there. So the chairman of the zoning board had just finished a meeting prior, and she was in attendance. She raised her hand and said, you know what, I got to apologize. I thought that was a community dumpster where everybody who lived in the village could put their extra trash in. So right in the meeting, it was head of zoning that was mistakenly putting in trash in there instead of recyclables. It was quite the laugh. Hello Angie, how are you? Folks, if you're saying something or you have a question to me and I don't see it, please ask the question again, because I'm driving and sometimes it scrolls out of my side of view before I am able to see it. I just seen one there. It says, it's good to be able to be back in Facebook. I was in Facebook jail for 24 hours. I live in a 55 plus community, and when we got the first stimulation check, lots of new golf carts here. Yep. Oh yeah. Who doesn't enjoy a great golf ride? Yep. I have a golf cart. Battery, it needs new batteries, and it needs 6 of them, and each battery is over 110 or 15 bucks each. So doing my thing, trying to work it in the budget to where I can come up with about $700, because I want to put some new cables on it too. Whenever you change out your batteries, you want to change out some of the cables. So yep, as soon as I find me $700, I'll definitely switch out those batteries. When I charge it off, it's got maybe about 45-minute charge time on it before it goes dead again. Looks like the dome light is on in this truck. That is not a good thing, folks. I'm gonna have to turn this dome light on. Let me go grab the keys and I'll turn this dome light on. right. Yeah, so that wouldn't have ended well. Can't run out of truck with a dead battery, huh? That dome light's off now. Yeah, you know, around here, everyone spent their stimulus checks on new TVs, new electronics, new cell phones. I got on a bit of a rant the other day because as a landlord, it was really upsetting to know that a lot of people who were at home because of the pandemic, where they should have been, who were then given federal assistance to help pay their bills and pay their rent, use those funds to buy items they didn't need, and they didn't pay their landlords, like me. And yeah, so now those people are homeless, and it's all because of poor decisions they made, not decisions I made. I'm running a business. Everybody thought that the eviction clause where people could not get evicted out, they confused that with not having to pay rent. And no, that's not what that was about. It was put in place so fine folks couldn't be kicked out of their home, but rent would still be due. They elected not to pay it. So that's why there are 80,000 people in this county alone without a home right now. And unfortunately, I had to add to that number by 3 people. Other tenants paid just fine. Other tenants of mine only paid partial payments, and that was fine. But to just flat out and tell me that they're not going to pay because they don't have to, yeah, that didn't work well for them. All right, enough negative thoughts. Let's talk about positive things. What did everybody do today? I always like to hear what people have done with their day to make someone else's life a better day. Fill me in, people. What'd you guys do? I know you guys are good people. Somebody out there did some good deed. Hey Dana, how are you? Nick's in the house. How are you? Man, these tracks are terrible. You returned your cart to the store or to the cart return area? I do have to say, I've seen some people just take their cart and just leave it right by their car. And there's one of those little cart return places about 20 feet away. That is cool. Good job there with taking care of the son's puppy. Yeah, Cindy, I was never into any college football. Now, I know the great state of Alabama doesn't have any NFL teams, and there's a lot of states that don't. So they typically cheer for the local college football. But that was something I never got into. Never followed high school, never followed college. I'm just an NFL sort of a guy. think an NFL team would make a small fortune if they did something in Mississippi or Alabama. You got Atlanta, you got Tennessee. You got Florida, New Orleans, but nothing in Alabama or Mississippi. Hey, Dan, how are you? Good to see you. How was your day? Propane station is locked up. That one is locked up. That one is empty, but it is. That one is empty, but it is locked. No, I don't have any rain out here. No rain here if you're asking me. Last night it was foggy. It was extremely foggy last night. If I would have turned the stream on, I don't know how much you guys would have been able to see. Did that propane station have a lock on it? Can't tell from here. Yes, that one has a lock on it. All right. People are stealing those tanks. Yellow. Yellow. Alrighty. Love it when people call me and don't say anything. Tonight's spooky Halloween decorations. Kind of cool. All right, Cindy, enjoy your game. Fire department, it's all buttoned up there. Sherry, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. I think Sherry might be a new name. Sherry, where are you from? Knock out this residential street here really quick. Again, everything has been quiet so far. If you're just joining us, the patrol has been quiet. We've done a number of the commercial buildings already. We've done about 3 or 4 residential streets. Everything is all right. St. Paul, all right. Well, thanks for joining us. cars on this street. Nick in the house again. Welcome back, Nick. Okay, there's a guy sitting in a car that I don't recognize. Could be his car. I don't recognize that, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll circle back. KC Security has joined us. Folks, if you don't know that KC Security does a security patrol stream several days a week, which is very exciting to watch, go ahead and click on that name there, KC Security, and like and follow that page too. So when and if they stream from that page, you will be updated and notified. Oh yeah, you have to tune in for a KC Security stream. Not much happening out here in the residential area, which is always a good thing. It's what you want to see on a patrol night. Again, some of the recent complaints were open car doors, and the people reporting the open car doors were reporting that they were losing some valuables. Mostly they go in and they take out all the change out of the ashtrays. I don't know what that does for anybody, but okay. I guess if you hit 20 or 30 cars a night and you got lucky to get a handful of change out of each car, you may have $50 worth of change at the end of the night. Hey Rebecca, how are you? Boy, there's a name you don't see much on this stream. Welcome, young lady. When she's in the house, some excitement is about to go down. Susie, welcome Susie. Glad you're here. Susie, where are you from? Let everybody know where you're from, folks. It may be interesting to see that you have a fellow stream watcher right down the street from you. When I was watching Logan PD stream, I found 3 people that live within about 3 miles of me. What are the odds in that? Although I haven't seen Lori on in a while. Oh, somebody left their little car out here. They probably won't be here in the morning. Let's see, what did she just say? Mission, Texas. Well, Susie said she's from Minnesota. Great state. Tulsa. For those of you who are new and don't know where we are doing our patrols at, we're doing patrols right out of the village of Rockdale, Illinois. And your next question might be, where the heck is that? It is 40 miles or so south of the city of Chicago. Pennsylvania in the house. See, now this is one of those streets that just, I gotta tell you, I go by these houses on this street, and I'm counting as I'm talking here, so that's why I'm pausing. 2 houses had porch lights on. Folks, you want to keep crime off your street? Want to keep people from going through your car doors? Leave a light on. Steve in the house. Where did Steve say he was from? Is this a police department? No, Steve, that's a good question. This is a volunteer group of people. There's about 4 of us, 3 or 4 of us. And we patrol our village, checking for and reporting any suspicious activities. We are observe and report, kind of a volunteer neighborhood patrol, village patrol group. Some interesting things have been had out here, though. Steve, where are you from? I don't think I've seen your name on here before. Thank you, KC Security. Appreciate it. Another Minnesota watcher. Welcome. Folks, if you haven't liked and followed our page, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you to. Hit the notification thing there so you'll be notified when we do other streams. And of course, we're only going to get as big as possible with the help from you guys sharing these streams. So thank you in advance for doing that. Sherry. Ernie in the house. All right, so off to my immediate left, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I do have the window down. But within about 50 yards of me to the left is I-80, Interstate 80. That, as most of you know, runs across the entire country. So we have an interstate that borders the north side of our village. Maria in the house. Welcome, Maria. We're about to go down here and check out the park. This park that's called West Park is a frisbee golf park, but right around dusk and until about midnight every night, the younger group seems to come out and turn it into a little lover's lane sort of a spot. So, hey, to each their own. As long as nobody's screaming for help, I don't care. But we also have had reports of people that hang out here for wrong reasons. The leaves are changing and leaves are falling. Beautiful time of the year. Let's see what we can pick up out here. Dana in the house. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if it was this week or late last week, I came by from the other direction. There was a guy laying up against the embankment here, and I'll show you as I make this left-hand turn. And I put my window down and I asked if he was all right, and he didn't say anything. So I got out of the car and I went over to check on him. And I said, "Hey, bud, are you okay? Are you okay?" And he still didn't say anything until I reached out and grabbed his shoulder to check for signs of life. And he just very calmly said, "May I help you?" And the guy actually just lived there. And yeah, he was just kind of hanging out in his yard, enjoying the day. It was right there. So that was a little embarrassing, but you know what? If I wouldn't have stopped, it probably would have been somebody who was in distress and needed help. So I always caution on the side of making sure everyone is okay. And I explain what I'm doing, who I am, what I'm doing, and then everyone's actually very happy to see me out here doing what I'm doing. Here's kind of a cool Halloween thing going on there. That's kind of cool. How many years was I in law enforcement? 22 and a half years. I was a sheriff's deputy. Are you a sheriff's deputy or a police officer? Sherry, I just answered the question for KC Security. I am retired. I have been since 2015, but I did spend 22 and a half years serving the great people of the county that I live in. It was truly a great honor. That didn't sound good at all, whatever that was. I think I might circle back and see what I ran over. That was a Rockdale Popo. Good to see the Rockdale police out doing their thing. First time I've seen them out here tonight, so that's good. You always want to see local law enforcement out here. Circle back. Just kind of scrolling back up and reading some of the questions. If I missed anything, folks, you want to ask the question, then just ask the question again. If I missed your question, I apologize. It's like somebody has hit the button to come on and stream with me here. I don't know who that was. Somebody right on my tail. No, he turned off. All right. So we'll do this other residential area. Here's 2 more streets on this side, and then we will work our way over to the dog kennel and the storage shed facility. I'm liking that it is a nice, quiet, peaceful Saturday. Everything looking good out here. Still well secure. Time is 9:15 p.m. And somebody asked me earlier, how long does it take to do a patrol? So our village is about 3 blocks wide from north to south, and it is about 1.25 miles long from east to west. And to zigzag up and down all the streets takes about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and I put on about 9 miles. That's about 9 miles by the time I'm all done. So I'm not seeing any dome lights on other than the one in that U-Haul truck that I had to turn off. The doors were locked, so it's not like anybody was in there to do harm or to steal anything. The previous customer left the dome light on. I haven't seen any dome lights on or car doors ajar, because if someone's going to go through somebody's car, they don't always close the door because they don't want the people living nearby to hear the car door slamming. Of course, all the houses look okay. Looks like everyone's tucked in. Oh, I thought that was a bunny. It's just a random piece of paper blowing down the street. These guys are out here with their Halloween stuff. Hello guys, how are you? My Halloween decorations look great. Alright, now we have an alley to check over here. This is called Cat Alley, and in Cat Alley, yeah, this is the state of Illinois. Cat Alley, there's one older gentleman who lives in Cat Alley that frequently forgets to close his garage door. So, if we find his garage door open, we will close it for him. See, now this alley, I like every few I don't know, 20 or 10 yards, 20 or 30 yards I go, a garage motion light will turn on. I'm gonna pull in this driveway. I don't know if you could see. Can you see that little cat there? That's a little cat right there. This area will have about 50 cats. This is like a breeding ground for cats, and they're all over the place. I only see the one cat for now. Looks to be a tricolored cat. I think there's a name for those, but I'm not smart enough to know what you call a three-colored cat. Hey Lori, welcome. Well, that cat's in alert mode. Doesn't look to be a very old cat. Calico, that's what it is. Yep, you guys got me covered. Thank you very much. Yeah, that is a cool looking kitty. Yep. Alright. There's usually a lot more than that hanging out here. Gotta be careful. There's a pole back here somewhere. I guess if I hear a crunching noise, I'll know I found the pole. Then you always see about 5 or 6 cats in this sector. So more garage motion lights coming on. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love to see it. There's a big cat right there. Good Lord, that's a huge one. Man, you could saddle that kitty. Wow, that must be a mother cat or one of the main male cats in the area. Here he is. Hi, kitty. Oh, he ran away. That is a huge kitty cat. Put a saddle on that, or put a number on the side of it, and make a wager. As big as a horse. I'm going to get out here, folks, and I'm going to check a rear area of this house. There's really no way to get into it from here. So I gotta go do a little four-wheeling. Be right back. All right. Everything looking all right there. I don't know if you guys can see this trailer. Is that guy right behind me? Can you guys see that trailer sitting back there? Yeah, I guess there's some high value merchandise in that trailer, and I've been asked to go back and make sure it's secure all the time. It's a pretty good walk back there. All right, let's get over and check my two storage shed facilities. This is the last residential street here. Then we'll go over and check the dog pound. I got the name of the place over there. Hey folks, if you haven't done so yet, let's just take a minute and do your little silent prayer thing for the day. All right. Get in our daily prayer thing. Let me see. Let's get down there and get storage shed place knocked out. Another party going on. About 40 people there. And that is the street. I don't know if you were with me earlier in the week that I mentioned that we have one street here. It's one of the longest streets within our village. And for some odd reason, most of the residents on that block alone is currently struggling with COVID. Amen, definitely. you for the prayer. I always try to, when I'm out and about, take a minute there at the church. There's some other statues there, but they're hard to get to. And just do my little silent prayer that I do. Thank you for that. Colleen in the house. Welcome, Colleen. Wow, well that is a smoking hot call there, Dan. Hope everything turns out okay. Well, Dan, do you have in your security firm, do you have like captains, lieutenants, sergeants? I mean, is there one person in charge of others when you're not working because it's your day off? Nick, is that for Dan or is that for me? You have patrol supervisors. Okay. Nick, if you were making that suggestion for me, I'll let Dan answer for himself. Operations manager, vice president, and then the president, me. So, holy moly, they have really built out here. So I have recently, wow, this building is new. Folks, this has gone up in the last 2 weeks. Wow. All right, back on my thought here. Yeah, so I recently opened up a TikTok account as well as a Twitter account, so we will be doing some of those. Let me see if my code works here yet. No. Yeah, this guy wants me to patrol this storage place. It's a new one, but I keep giving him emails that I need the code to get in. Without the code, I'm not jumping a fence, and there's no gate, there's no key. So I'm going to show it as secure 930. Hope he gives me a gate code sometime soon. Right, so that one's done. We'll go on to the other one. No, I am closer now to the dog kennel than I am the other storage facility, so let's run over there really quick. And I'm going to swing by a food pantry, show you what we do, and wow, that was a lot of natural gas smell right there. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's a lot of natural gas. Check that back out. Yeah, so there's a lot of homeless and a lot of hungry people in this area. So a local car lot the guy has opened up what he calls the micro pantries, and he builds these micro pantries. They're little one-door cabinets, and people can come and leave food and take food. And I typically try to stop by once or twice a week and fill it up. I like to add in some of your canned goods and your dry cereals, things like that. Some juice boxes. Some people put in diapers and powdered milk for the kids and things. But I'm all about just filling it up with what I can in the way of cereals. Now, here's a quick little side story on that food pantry. A little disappointing. So I would fill up the food pantry with boxes of cereal, and within an hour after filling it up, I would notice that the pantry would be empty of every box in there. Hey Jacob, how are you? And I found out that the guy who was cleaning out the food pantry of all the cereal boxes were taking them back to a local grocery store and getting a refund on them, and then going over to the liquor department and buying his daily liquor need supply. So what I had to take time to do on each and every one of those boxes of cereal was cut off the barcode off of them so that he couldn't return them. And once I did that, then he just stopped. He just stopped doing it. Right here is the food pantry that I would come over and fill, and it's pretty full right now, so he seems to be okay. But as you can see, he has also added in a micro library. This is brand new for him, but he's got the micro library thing happening and the food pantry. This is something he started about 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And he has probably got nearly 200 of these pantries around the county. And people adopt them and take care of them and make sure that they are full. So I'm excited about making sure that we can feed those people who can't feed themselves. Because there is a need out here. This used to be the old Walmart in town, but they turned it into a Cube Smart. Sam Club still operates out of half of the building, but the other half is an indoor storage place now. All right, well, let's get over to this. See if they took my advice. I sent them an email earlier in the week. They asked us to swing by and start checking on the place for them. And I sent them an email that my first day out here, one of the first things I noticed was their gate. When they closed their gate, it still left about a 2.5 foot gap where someone could easily walk through there. Now, what are they going to steal if they get in there? A dog, a cat? But for whatever reason, they asked me to come over and keep an eye on it, check it. Got to be something going on here. So you would think with whatever's happening that they would at least do their best to close that gate. green arrow. All right, thanks, sir. This other storage facility here, we were asked to do a little checking on. But again, we received an email. I replied that we would be more than happy to help them, but no one has replied back. So they're way back here behind everything, and I guess they're seeing some problems back here. But until they reach back out to me, then nothing I can do to help them. Can you speak to my supervisor? Yeah. If Dan is still on, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions or hear any concerns you may have. All right, so here we are, and the name of this place is called Hopeful Tales. That's kind of a cool name. So, do you see a lock on that gate? No. No lock on that gate. Door seems to be secure. It's 9:40. 9:40 p.m. Gate has no chain. East door is secure. West side gate is locked and chained. The west side door secure. All right, over here. Yeah, poor Dan at his gates. Dan's got like, 8,000 keys that he has to jingle and shuffle around so he can open up a padlock. We do not get up. What was that? We do not get out unless asked. Asked to by the client. No, that doesn't look right. Let me see what's going on here. All right. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're not going to do that. All right. That was interesting. So what I found here, guys, was I found a bag. I'll show it to you. That was moving. I haven't just left that little doggy place, cat place. I thought maybe someone had left, just abandoned a dog in a bag, right? See that bag there? The bag was moving. It was actually moving down the street. And yeah, no doggy in the bag, but a possum in the bag. So yeah, You don't want to mess with a possum when he's out scavenging for food. But glad I checked. Possum in a bag. I can get my fat ass back to the van quick enough. I don't think possum are animals that would attack you. He was a little annoyed that I interrupted his dinner, but he went one way, I went the other. If I wouldn't have stopped there, it would have been only a bunch of kitty cats or a dog or something that somebody was left on the side of the street. I imagine that probably would have been some, I wish I would have had the camera pointed at that when I did. You know what, next time I'm going to point the camera at things. I imagine that would have been fun to watch a 260-pound fat guy need to chest it back to the van to get away from a possum. Yeah, there was some kind of sound coming from it. I didn't hang around to ask him to spell it. I just got the hell out of town and got back in the van as quickly as I could. For those of you that don't know Jacob Sellers, he's the stream jester, the clown. Everybody loves to hate him. He's one of the most loved guys around. Jacob Sellers, ladies and gentlemen. He's an alright guy. Yeah, if I would have had the camera on that, I probably would have saved that little video, clipped it to the page. Pick up this guy from. I know it's been a night with people right on my tail here. You know, we're the only ones out here, bud. You can back up about 4 car lengths. Unless you want to smell what I had for dinner. Jesus. This is interesting. The guy's following me in here, folks, and this is a dead end. This is a no outlet area. So this guy's been following me for a while. So, I don't know what what this guy's intentions are because there's nothing open down here. So what this gets is this gets my attention here. There he goes flying around me to a dead end. And we're going to let this guy be on his way. I'm just going to turn in here. There's another guy come flying in down here. Here's half a tow truck. I don't know what's going on with these guys. I don't know if they're chasing each other or what. Let me find my trusty friend here. Make sure he is ready. I got one in the chamber here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna assume those guys belong down there. Do you think that they'll be there anytime soon? Or is it one of those buildings on fire, the fire department will be there in 6 days sort of a thing? So I'm going to stay here until this gate closes. Those other cats were doing down the road. Hey, look at that, this trailer's finally gone. The trailer that was sitting here for a week, gone. All these sheds look secure. Hi, Terry. Have a good night, sir. Is that Dee Dee in the house? Let's see what's going on down here. This aisle is about 20 feet wide. Look how narrow this one is. This one is narrow. Oh, that's just people over there on the other side. Yeah, so I heard movement over here, guys, but I don't know if you can see it. It's a truck driver on the other side of the fence in the next business over. I thought we had some people in the storage shed that, trying to break in down here. So, yeah, false alarm. Back up and go down the next one. I typically don't come down these narrow ones because they're so hard to navigate. And each one of these you got to back out of. You can't turn around. this is a much wider one. So much easier to navigate through here. Yeah, I love back in the days of policing, we would have what's called end service. Well, we had to do certain things. One of which was we had to qualify with our handguns to show them that we could still shoot a target. And then we had first aid, CPR, hazmat training, a bunch of other first responder training. And then we would have training in the squad. We would practice drying from our holsters in the sitting, behind the wheel sitting. And then we would practice backing up speeds greater than 40 miles an hour. And that was some of the fun part. I always enjoyed backing up. And of course they have a line of cones on both sides of you, and if you hit a cone you had to start over. But I so enjoyed backing up at 45 miles an hour. You know what I noticed here? Last winter, I noticed a lot of. Take a look at this. Well, that light's blinding us, but if we can get that light to go, can you see that gutter? See if I can get the light. There we go. Can you see those gutters pretty good on the screen? Do you see how they angle off? Way above the ground. That's probably every bit of about 12 feet in the air. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but those are some pretty high overhead doors on the right. And those gutters just 90 off at about 12 or 15 feet in the air. Now, you may not think that's an issue, and I'll show you some of the gutters over here. They're just cut off here. They don't go all the way to the ground here. But the reason why I'm pointing those out is because if you come in here in the winter, like after a good melting, or a 2-foot snowfall that lands on the roofs of these storage sheds, Colton in the house, and then it melts off, and then it freezes again. And as all that snow is melting through the gutters, they start to freeze over. So it is not uncommon to drive through here, and if I'm streaming this winter, you'll see it. And you'll see like this huge icicle that's coming off of these things at about a 90-degree angle, and it slowly froze, and then it bends downward. It's one of the weirdest things you've ever seen. And I don't get why they have them 90 off so high in the air. Because you would think a falling 90-pound icicle may injure someone. I don't know why this trailer is parked there, but you can't. This is one of those 80-point turns that you see Dan doing in the morning. All right. Check this one off as being done at 10 o'clock. Thought we had some action here. It turned out to be some people in the lot next door. This is one of the slowest gates. Good Lord, a guy could retire waiting for this gate to open. I think we got about 3 or 4 smaller residential streets to knock out. And then we have another Village Watch Patrol day in the books. Hey, does anybody know if Bob streamed at all the last week or so? I streamed last night, I must have missed it. These cars, they frighten me because these cars aren't usually here. 1840 mowing. Here. Can I squeeze in here? Oh, I took out the front of that car. Oh, door's locked. I can see the slide bolt on it. This guy does a lot of body work. Robin in the house. Welcome, Robin. A lot of new names tonight. Welcome, everybody. Is this propane station locked? Yeah. All right. Here. So you really can't see it, but on my left is a fenced-in area, and it is one of the village water towers. And not that it's a problem anymore, but it used to be a problem with all the kids for whatever reason. Here, I can't see if I can just loop around. All the kids for whatever reason. Remember some of the old jokes where what was the name of that comic that always says here, hold hold my sign or what it was. I can't think of his name, but he would always talk about someone having to climb to the top of the tower, top of the water tower to defend his sister's honor. So we would have kids that would try and climb to the top of the tower to defend somebody's honor or talk about somebody. So they put up this big fence, and it has this like barbed wire around it now. So it's not that much of a problem anymore, but it was a thing. Yes, Jeff Foxworthy, that's his name. Yep, Jeff Foxworthy. Also, I might drop signal there. I don't like going back in that corner because on top of that water tower is a bunch of satellites and phone tower, and I always lose signal in there. Imagine if you stood there long enough, you may get a pretty good tan. Yeah, when I asked Dan if he needed help moderating his stream, he told me I didn't qualify. I had to fill out an application and everything, but apparently I didn't meet his minimum qualification. I don't know what that meant, but I cried for about 10 minutes and then I get over it. Yeah, Dan's like, that's not true. No, that's not true. Folks, I like to jump around a lot myself. Alright, let's knock out these few last streets. It's gonna seem weird after I'm done on this patrol. I won't have any other stream to go home and watch. Thank you, Dan. You're very kind, sir. I just do what I can do. It's all fun. Streets over here. Check out the school. Man, somebody's screaming. Somebody's screaming out here. School looks safe on this side. Folks, not only do we have a frisbee golf, but we also have a Rockdale Park. You know, for being such a small village that we are, we certainly have a bunch of recreation areas. Oh, this is just another party breaking up over here. People heading home. Back of the school looks secure. Emily and Robin in the house. Welcome, ladies. Got any questions, certainly ask away or introduce yourself. Let everybody know where you're from. We are nearing the end of our Village Watch patrol for the day. We are done with our commercial and industrial checks, and we've got about 2 or 3 smaller residential streets to knock out, and then we have another one in the books for the day from Ohio. Okay, one of the homes up here on the left is one of our senior gals who has also asked us to check on her garage. She is one that is known for leaving her garage door up too and forgetting to close it, but it is closed. So the garage is closed at 627 Orr. Yeah, I'm usually out for about an hour and a half, or hour 45 minutes. We'll be wrapping up here in about the next 4 or 5 minutes. Was that somebody walking down the street? No, that may require a turnaround. Yeah, we're gonna go back and just get this guy on camera. He was walking down the street wearing a hoodie and it looks like he's got a bunch of stuff in his hands. Now he has thrown everything down and he's taken off his hoodie. Let's see what we got going on with this cat. About a 45-year-old male Hispanic, 5'10", 250 pounds or so. White shorts, gray shorts, white t-shirt. See what he threw down. When I seen him, he was carrying all kinds of stuff in his hand. When I went past him and he threw it all down, took off his hoodie. So let's go see what this guy tossed down. Let's see if we can see any cars in the area with dome lights on. See if this cat was going through people's cars. This is why we're out here, folks, right here. Let's keep an eye on this guy's still walking. Let me text a buddy of mine. See if Rockdale PD is still out. Let's get him in the area. Alright, let's see if he can get over here. We are at Midland and Kenzie Avenue. Yeah, he is walking northbound on Midland. Let me send that. Who else uses speak to text? It's so much easier to just hit the microphone and then speak, and then hit the send button. All right, let's see what this guy dumped. He had all kinds of stuff in his hands, and then he dumped some stuff out here somewhere. Here it is. Let's go see what this guy's dropped out here. Let me get out of the car. Yep. Okay. Definitely up to something. This guy has threw a bag of coins. There's probably $5-6 worth of coins here. The bottle of water, and this looks like the GPS system. Okay. So he was definitely up to no good, but I recovered whatever he got. But where did he get it from? I don't know. Just getting text back. Rockdale's on another call right now. Okay, so we will wait. Meanwhile, I'm going to go see if I find any car doors that were left ajar. Well, there you go, folks. There's some excitement. I drove past a cat who was wearing a hoodie. Had his hoodie up. He was carrying something in his hands. When he seen me, probably recognized me as the village patrol van. He threw what he was carrying off to the side, and then he walked down the road. You see me get him on camera, and then when I went back, I circled back to see what he threw there, and it was a lunch baggie full of change, a water bottle, and a GPS system. And I texted the Rockdale officer. He got back to me and said he's on a call right now. So, there you go, folks. That's why we're out here. So I'm going to circle this other 2 blocks now. And you did not see me engage with the gentleman. You see me get his him on camera, so I could show him to Rockdale PD. Still not seeing any doors ajar. It would have been one of these 3 streets. You know what? It could have been any street, but it could have just been walking. Yep. Well, thank you, Dan. That was very nice. All right. So I am now done with the patrol. I will wait for the Rockdale unit to clear his call that he's on now, and I will meet with him and give him these items that I have here. One more street. But he wasn't, I seen him before the street, so I don't think it's anybody here. So that was the last street, folks. I'm gonna go see if I can't find this Rockdale unit. He could be on that call for a while, especially if he's taking someone down to the. If he's taking somebody down to the county jail, he could be down there. You know what, Betty? That's a fantastic idea. I will suggest that to the Rockdale officer. I don't get that in depth into the investigation. Now, here's another guy walking around. I will give it to the officer and let him handle it. See, when you usually see one out, they're both. There's usually another one walking. And if one finds a mother lode, he'll call his buddy over, and we're only a block over from where we found the other guy. So, actually, let me go over here. Down here to the PD. I'm going to leave this stuff in a area I know is secure in case the on-duty Rockdale guy is tied up in the county for a while. I'll let him get this stuff tonight. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go put this in the Dropbox. See if I got a text message back from this guy. Nope, nothing back. Anyway, if he texts me back, I'll let him know I put it in the Dropbox. All right. So, folks, that's another wrap. That's another patrol wrap, I should say, for another day. My brain ain't processing thought correctly. I'm tired. So let me thank you all for coming out good Lord, we still have 16 people in here. That's great. Thank you all. Thank you for spending some time with us this evening as I patrol around our village, making sure that we're all safe. I think I found the call that he's on. Right here, the disturbance at the bar. Huh? There he is. Yep. He's got a little disturbance at the local pub. So he'll catch up with me, or I'll check in with the chief on Monday. But anyway, guys, there you go. Thank you all for hanging out with me. It was an interesting evening. We do what we can out here, patrolling our village and make sure everybody is safe. Please like and follow us if you haven't done so already. Share the video, folks. I appreciate your help as we grow our social media footprint out a little bit more. And if I didn't mention KC Security enough and the Logan PD, folks, make sure that you get over there. And there's another little group of people called the Night Shift. Excellent group of people over there that will stream some pretty hilarious stuff, as well as just chat with you as they're out and about doing their thing on the night shift. So thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Keep in mind that we do not, or I do not, go out on Sunday and Monday nights. Our other volunteers do. So I'm very near my casa right now, so I will stop the video. I have seen all the messages coming in on Instant Messenger. I will read those once I get to my house and reply to you all in short order. Thank you very much and enjoy your night. Goodbye, everyone.